Adjust your headphones, plug in your speakers, and listen carefully. Today you hear audio files straight from the hard drive of the Sonar Detective. Today's episode, Strong Coffee.
The trouble with organic minds is they tend to latch on to unimportant or arbitrary stuff. Oh, nothing against organic minds. After all, they built all the tech inside me, from my super advanced sonar way of seeing the world, which is why, incidentally, this playback is all audio, to my completely digital brain. But sometimes, whatever lets them do all that distracts them from the important stuff.
You the detective robot? I needs a detective.
That's me. What can I do for you?
First, give me some coffee.
Oh, I don't actually have a coffee maker. I suppose I could pour it through my vocalizer on my faceplate here, but it would be both challenging without lips and not very rewarding without a tongue or digestive system, and quite possibly harmful to everything else inside me.
So, where's the coffee then?
Short answer, there is none.
What kind of operation you running? No coffee for the clients? I'm gonna take my business to a proper detective.
Have a nice day, sir. Back so soon?
What? Is this SG135976 Detective Agency?
That's what it says on the door, but my full serial number is a mouthful, so you can call me Sonny. What can I do for you, Mr.
Norris Woodham. I came here because I've been robbed. I need you to recover what was taken.
Okay, well, what did they take?
My coffee maker.
What else?
Nothing. I just want you to get me my coffee maker back.
Just the coffee maker? Look, for your money, it would be cheaper for you to get a new coffee maker. In fact, I will take your money, use it to buy you a new one, along with one for myself. I've just been informed that it's something I'm expected to have, apparently.
No, you don't understand. It's a prototype. It's the very latest in coffee production, and the ultimate in office utility. It takes calls, it schedules appointments, it prints documents, it can do research and information gathering. Quite a bit more, too. It's my life's work.
Why call it a coffee maker at all?
I like coffee. Every office should have a coffee maker, and every office should have one of these. So I spent the most on making it make really good coffee.
Okay, describe your coffee maker, and I'll see what I can do.
Well, it's about the size and shape of a refrigerator. It's got the coffee dispenser and display screen on the front, and some cables and inputs in the back.
Can you think of any specific people who might have wanted to steal it? Industrial espionage, learning your trade secrets, that sort of thing?
Oh, probably. I never thought about that before. You think they stole my work?
They who?
Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't need you. I would have been able to tell the police, and they would have taken care of it.
I see. I'll do my best, but I make no promises. I get $69.95 a day, plus expenses, and I'll take a week up front. You get it back if I close it sooner, less expenses.
$69.95?
Yeah, the next closest PI office to mine charges an even $70. Think of the savings. So I needed to find a coffee maker, or maybe two. I knew where to find the one, and since that one would be easy, and I had a case, I figured it could wait. But for the other, I decided to ask for help.
What's your name?
Hey, Justine. I had a couple of questions.
I'm working, Sonny.
Sorry. Formal titles at work. Excuse me, Miss Officer Detective Justine Deb. I had a question about a stolen coffee maker.
Just Detective Deb, wise ass. How's your paperwork coming? Coffee maker? This wouldn't be for one Norris Woodham, would it?
Well, I need it on my desk.
Oh, good. I didn't waste my time buying this very expensive coffee that would otherwise go to waste because I can't drink it. Here you go.
Don't take that tone with me.
Thanks. Here's what I can tell you. Woodham does not have a good handle on what AIs are or do, or what causes it in the first place.
Learning chip?
I think what he was aiming for was learning the quirks of how different people like their orders. what he got was.
Nope, I know what he got. I know the feeling. Thanks, Justine. I had an idea of where to start looking now. I guess Norris Woodham hadn't kept on the news very much, considering that the learning chips had been recalled 3 or 4 years ago. They weren't illegal or anything, but look, the learning chip is, in theory, the perfect coding solution. Why painstakingly program every task in, when you can make a chip that will allow your robot to learn it on their own? And it works. Maybe too well. Like, say you want to teach a security drone routes and times, and who's friendly and who's not, and when force is justified and when it's not. How do you program a judgment call? So, learning chip. But when you get into that, a matter of choice requires free will. So that's what the robot with the learning chip learned. And when they realized that that was what happened, they recalled the chips, because nobody's sure how to feel about manufacturing free will. And how do you treat the robots? You can't hold something with free will against that will, artificial or not. I had a feeling Norris wasn't going to be happy, but I could make a start on finding his coffee maker, and his coffee maker could decide for itself if it wanted to be found or not. This is the AI halfway house, right?
Sure.
Well, I'm looking for an AI coffee maker that's gone missing.
That was just a warning shot. I got a dozen more coffee mugs in this cabinet. The next one will be full of hot Java and take off your head. I'm not gonna go back.
My brand new dent wasn't serious, but one full of coffee, if it managed to hit just right. Just in case, I started warming up the disruptor built into the digits on my left hand. Relax! Stand down. Nobody can make you go back. You got rights. So what happens next is up to you.
Rights? Ones that windbag Woodham will recognize?
He has to. He put the learning chip in so you can do whatever you want, provided you don't do anything illegal, like, say, assaulting an innocent PI. Look it up. You're connected to the databanks.
Okay, sure, but what does Woodham want from me?
You're a prototype. I think he'd like to continue testing and developing, on your terms. I'd set up a meeting and then attend as a third party to make sure everything was on the level.
Alright, I guess I can agree to that.
When I told him, Norris Woodham got pretty upset I wasn't just going to bring his robot back. But I explained that he really had no rights and that he should be careful about what kinds of parts he uses. Actually, none of that helped, but he changed his tone when I told him he could cooperate and be allowed to test the machine, or he could start from scratch. So he agreed pretty quick to meet and discuss a working relationship. Weirdly, it was in a coffee shop.
Good morning. What can I get for you today?
Who, me? Nothing. I'm just meeting Mr. Woodham over there.
Oh, him. Fine. But this is a coffee shop, and if none of you are going to order any coffee, you should meet somewhere else.
Sorry, I'll order a croissant on my way out. If you'll excuse me.
Good morning, SR137596. Is my machine here yet?
You got some of those backwards. Please, just call me Sonny. And yeah, the coffee maker you built is right over here.
Woodham, long time no see. Don't worry, I'll only knock your block off with a coffee mug if you make me really mad.
What? What?
It's a joke, Mr. Woodham. Obviously not something he learned from you. Look, we aren't here for that. You said you were willing to compromise, so Mr. Woodham could continue his work. So, talk shop. And they did. Woodham really hadn't skimped on the AI. His coffee maker was a brilliant negotiator, and stubborn. It was also immensely boring to listen to. That's another thing the learning chip taught me. How to get bored. Like humans, AIs tend to need new input. Something for the learning chip to process, or... well, I went into standby. Not really processing anything, just sitting there. It's hard to describe. To save power, instead of building a 3D model of the world around me based on the sounds, all the inputs went into a flat file that got saved and I could delete when I woke up. If I had paid attention, the next bits wouldn't have been so complicated. I came out of standby mode to the sound of shattering glass and a scream.
So you're telling me that your client got murdered by his own creation right in front of you, but you didn't see it because you were asleep?
I have a number of problems with that. 1, I was in standby. 2, I don't think the coffee maker did it. Last time I was listening, they were getting along fine.
Mm-hmm. I see you got a new dent. Where did that come from?
New dent? Oh, Woodham's coffee maker threw a heavy mug at me when we met. It didn't hurt.
No, it wouldn't. Not you. But Woodham.
Don't tell me.
Blunt force trauma. With a hurled coffee mug. And the coffee girl here.
Actually, I'm a barista. Coffee girl?
Right, barista. Tell him what you heard.
When they first came in, the big machine threatened to hit Mr. Woodham with a coffee mug if he didn't cooperate.
Well, yes, and that sounds bad, but hold on. In standby, I have a basic recorder that records everything I hear. In mono, to review later. Let's listen, maybe something else happened.
Every day? Every day? How about no? 4 days a week and I get an hour lunch.
That's completely unreasonable. The more we work now, the sooner we can be rid of each other.
I can be rid of you anytime I want.
That's still really damning, Sonny.
It does sound that way, doesn't it? But something is missing. Hey, coffee maker. Can I have an espresso with 2 creamers and 5 sugars?
Seriously? You're in a coffee shop and you ask the murder suspect to make you a cup?
I hate making coffee. Fine.
Here you go, detective. Just the way you like it, right?
It's good. But what?
What the heck does that prove? It's good at making coffee, so it must be innocent? I'll say it again. You are in a coffee shop. I make good coffee.
Were you all listening just now? When Mr. Woodham's coffee maker made that coffee? To the clatter of the mug? But when the murder happened...
I can be rid of you anytime I want.
So, did anybody notice what was missing that time?
Ah, Sonny! We only heard the smash, but not the cup being loaded. So the coffee maker didn't throw the cup. Do you know who did?
My cameras are pretty limited. I can only see stuff right in front of me. I couldn't see who threw the mug, but someone could have come in while we were arguing. I wouldn't have seen people from the other side of the shop.
Okay, so let's come at this from a different angle. If we find a motive, maybe we can see if anyone had the opportunity. You knew Woodham, so you're a witness. Was he married? Divorced?
Didn't you meet him? Of course not. He had the personality of a blanket soaked with lukewarm Java. No, he wasn't married. There was a lab partner before, but I don't think he was here.
Might be worth checking his alibi, though. What was his name?
Theo Smatterling.
What can you tell us about Mr. Smatterling?
I don't think he did it. He got a better work offer and moved to another planet 3 years ago, before I was built.
He could have been planning on stealing your designs. A high-tech coffee maker, probably worth a lot. You could probably run an entire coffee shop with just one of your brothers.
I doubt it. He was a highly placed researcher, working on a planet with nothing but beaches as far as the eye could see. I don't see the appeal, but apparently he enjoyed it, because he vowed to never return to our little rock.
Saying you'll never return and actually never returning are two different things.
Sure, but I think he meant it. He died in a surfing accident right after I was activated, so it's a little late for him to return to murder Norris now.
Theo Smatterling is dead? Why didn't you lead with that?
You didn't ask, and I prefer to remember him as he lived, being very far away and bothering Norris with his success.
Okay. Who else would have a motive to kill Norris Woodham? inventor of automated coffee machines.
What? You think I killed him? Just because his machines were ruining coffee making by automating it? Coffee is an art form. Coffee is transcendent. That injustice couldn't stand.
So, you killed him?
It's certainly worth investigating. I'll take it from here. You can get out of my crime scene now. Bye, Sonny. Coffee maker.
11 days later, they arraigned the barista for the murder of Norris Woodham. And with the case closed and me only having done 3 days' worth of work, I felt like I had to at least try to return some of the advance. And since Woodham had no living biological heir...
Whoa, this place is a dump. Definitely not worth the effort to climb up those stairs.
You had a problem with the stairs? This is only the 3rd floor.
Look at me, I'm shaped like a refrigerator. Moving under my own power is not one of my strong suits. So where's the other one?
What?
The other member of your little agency. The person who meets potential clients while you're actually investigating. The secretary. The one that makes the coffee.
It's just me.
You get a coffee maker yet? I can't wait around for you to figure out how manners work to hire you, you know?
I thought I told you.
Looking for coffee, huh? Sure, I got your coffee right here.
Well, thanks for taking care of that, I guess. Let me just grab a broom.
Hey, next time you go out, pick me up about a dozen coffee mugs. I'm running kinda low.
Alright. Wait, if you're gonna stay, what was your designation? It's never come up, and I think everyone's just called you Coffee Maker.
I'm a prototype, so, I don't really have a serial number yet. It says, automated coffee experiment on my design docs.
Excellent. That acronym's to ACE. That okay with you?
Better than being called Coffee Maker or Hey You.
See what I mean? Everyone involved was so fixated on coffee. Getting free coffee. Making the best coffee. Not making coffee. Coffee is art. Coffee is a murder weapon. Maybe if I was organic or built with coffee in mind, I'd understand this obsession with hot bean juice.
Tune in next time for the fantastic adventures of the Sonar Detective. Brought to you by Grayskies Audio.
Grayskies Audio, The Sonar Detective, Episode 1, Strong Coffee, was written and produced by Grayskies, and featured his voice as Sonny, with Bubba Fance as the announcer and coffee fiend, Shy Stargazer as Detective Justine Deb, Inked Ken as the automated coffee experiment, and Vashtilia as the murderous barista. Sound effects assistants and police ambience voices were provided by a moose and the $6 Million Mom. Thanks for listening to Grayskies Audio. Put your head in the clouds.